What is the number one thing you should start doing before you move abroad? Hey, Jason here. If you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me as I'm going through my ninth year as an expat, full-time nomad. I'm on my third continent, fourth country. And one of the things I've started doing is now sharing some of my tips and secrets that I've learned over this 9-year journey. And most importantly, helping give advice to anybody else that wants to become a full-time nomad or an expat in another country. And so let's go ahead and dig into today's video. So one of the things, and this is one of my regrets, is one of the mistakes that I made when I first left the United States. And I want to share this with you because I don't want you to make this mistake and then you're like me where you waited maybe 3 or 4 years after you left to start doing this. And the first thing that you want to do right now before you even leave the United States is start creating your social media accounts. Create a YouTube channel, have your Instagram going, have a TikTok going. All of those things are very important. And the reason being is start documenting your journey, documenting your feelings, documenting why you want to leave your home country. And this is not about monetization. It's not about becoming an influencer. It has nothing to do with that at all. It is about you creating a historical document of why you chose to do this. One of the things that it's going to do is it's going to create a memory for you. And what I mean by a memory is going to be something that you can go back to. And it, like if you ever feel like, oh man, I don't know if I can keep doing this, it's going to give you that motivation to keep going, that push that you may need sometimes. Like even with me now, like there's days when I'm like, shit, did I make the right decision? But then I look back at some of my old videos and I'm like, yeah, I made the great, perfect decision. Life is a lot better for me right now. And because a lot of times we forget the situations that we were in when we were in our home country. And then we just start looking at the negative things that are going on now in our new country. Like even now, I don't know if you can hear that noise, they're drilling a borehole. So it's the middle of the day, it's a lot of noise, they're kicking up a lot of dirt. There's no electricity right now. I'm actually using my lights to keep the light on through my ups that I have. Like all of those little things are inconveniences, but you know what? I'm not worried about any of the racial injustices going on in the United States anymore. And as a person that was born and raised in the South, I'm not dealing with those prejudices anymore, like those things that don't even make any sense. It's like no one has the ability to choose their skin color when they're brought into this world. And so the fact that that's still a country where based on your skin color, you're treated a certain way. And a buddy of mine just went back to the US to take care of some business. And I feel sorry for him because now he's back in that matrix of racism where he was in a matrix of where you're free to go about no matter what your skin color is. But let me be very clear with you. Here in Africa, there's white people here. There are white people in Africa. There's white people in Zambia. There's white people who don't live far from me. There's Chinese people here. There's Indians here. There's black people here from all different countries. It is a true melting pot in Africa. And I am in Zambia. Like there are people here of different ethnicities, different skin tones. And there's no hate towards anybody based off of what their ethnicity is. So like those are one of the things that help me when I get depressed. I'm like, should I have went back home? Should I have not continued traveling after CC passed? And then every time I look at some of these old videos, I'm like, no, I made the right decision. And so you want to have that memory of understanding why you chose the left. Because sometimes it'll go to the back of our brain and we forget. And we just start looking at all the things that are wrong in the place that we are in now. And if you saw my video where I was explaining 7 things about how to become a long-term expat, one of those things were you have to stop comparing. You have to stop comparing your home country to the new country. Because what you're comparing is the good things of your home country to you're not getting in the new country. But you're forgetting about the bad things there, what you really made you left. Like we don't leave certain countries because of the good things that it offers. It's because the bad things are overwhelmingly, burdening the good things. And what I mean by that is like, for me being from Texas, seeing all that racial injustice, seeing the police shootings and all this stuff on a daily basis, like I don't care about having electricity every day. It was times I wish I didn't have electricity so I didn't have to see all of that news in the media. And so that's one of the reasons you want to start your channel now is to create that memory record of why you're actually leaving. And it's very helpful for you, I'm gonna be honest. The second reason why you want to actually start creating your social media channels while you're in the country, because you're creating them there, you don't have to worry about your accounts ever getting monetized. One of the things you see about most social media accounts, or I don't want to call them influencers because everybody isn't doing this to be an influencer. A lot of people are just doing this to share information and just document their journey. And so one of the things you see is a lot of people are having a hard time getting monetized. And they're putting out great content. I want to be very clear about this. You deserve to make and earn a living off of any type of social media content you put out. If people are interested and tuned into it, which they will as you just keep doing it over time, you deserve to make money. I'm all about MSIs, multiple streams of income. And every social media account can be a different stream of income. However, it can be difficult starting that stream of income if you start these accounts in countries that are not monetized yet. So you want to start it out. And the United States is one of those countries. Every social media account monetizes there. So start yourself out on the upper footing. And that way, there's one less thing you have to ever worry about. And as soon as you start making a few dollars a month, it's not about it subsidizing your income. It's about, hey, here's a few dollars a month. That might be your vacation fund. That might just start your gifting fund. That might be your charity donation fund. Like all of those different things you can think about it there. And so don't sleep on starting your social media account while you're still in the United States or your home country. Now, the third thing is, the other reason why you want to start your social media accounts is because it is true equality. And what I mean by that, it doesn't matter about your age, your race, or your gender. None of those things matter. There are people of all different ethnicities on the internet becoming influencers and have social media accounts. There are men, women, whatever else you would recognize as having different social media accounts. And there's different, no matter what part of the world you're from. Like all of these things are okay now. And so a lot of us want true equality, but we don't realize true equality is here through social media. Me as a black male from Texas, I am talking to you in your home, on your screen, probably while you're even at work. And I didn't have this access 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. We didn't have the access to do this. So to be able to do these things now, we need to take advantage of it. We can't just sit by the wayside and say, oh, someone else needs to do this. You have a story to tell. You have things that you can share with people. Like for me, as someone who's a military veteran and worked for the post office and was married, lost my wife 2 years ago, I have things to share and tell. I'm on my fourth country. I've lived in 3 continents now. There's things that I can share that someone may need help with. Someone who was dealing with severe PTSD, severe depression, anxiety. Like when I share parts of my story, that can help people who are going through those things. And you have that same ability also. So don't quiet your voice. One of the best quotes that I used to always hear at every professional development event was, some of the biggest talent and unknown secrets are sitting in the local graveyard. And I believe that to be so true because as I've been traveling and meeting and talking with people, there's so much experience, so much knowledge, so much wisdom that people have to share, but they never had a way to get it out. And now in the year of 2024 and moving forward, with the beauty of social media, we all have a way to get that knowledge and wisdom out and put it out there. Not only just put it out there, but it's for evergreen. And what that means is it will always be on the internet. And so please do not dim your light. Let your light shine and use social media to get your knowledge and wisdom out also. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you're someone who's an influencer or you've been doing social media as an expat or a nomad, leave any tips or tips that you have down below in the comments. Because remember, 2024 and forward, it's about collaboration. We need to be looking out for helping each other out and making things simpler and easier for the next person, because they don't have to go through the learning pains and the growing pains that we went through before them. And so just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.